Welcome back to the Texas Rundown. Cheers, guys.
Cheers with the beers.
Cheers to the fans. As always, I'm your host, Danny Hot Takes. To my left, we have John Pancake P. Seal. And over to
GP.
Nope, not tonight. You got to replace the P with something. So
it's non-existent.
And to my right, we have Open Facts-ish.
Love it.
I've gone through every other segment and explaining why we call him Open Facts, so I won't do it this time.
I'm Mr. ESPN and only come at you with real facts.
And then you'll change your facts.
Sorry.
Don't make me go through it again. But what we're going to be talking about tonight is the surprise of the NFL draft. We have the NFL draft coming up. So we want to hear what you guys think in the comments. But we're going to run through right now what JP and Ish and myself think on who the surprise is going to be in the NFL draft. So JP, if you want to take it away.
All right, I'm very hyped. NFL draft. It is coming up on Thursday, so it's around the corner. Always an exciting time for most franchises, except for my franchise, the Houston Texans, which always trade away all their first-round picks, and we never have any. So
you lost to number 3.
We just get to take.
Yeah,
I mean, here's my thing: is we did do a great trade. You know, we got Laramie Tunstall. You know, it was only 2 first-round draft picks to get the guy. But
so
that's beside
you
the
traded
point.
a 3rd draft pick for a bunch of false starts.
Absolutely. Hey,
could have had Mac Jones.
Hey, my thing is he's happy feet. So
you ever seen that movie?
Nobody.
Based on
awful.
But he plays for the Texans, so it's probably unhappy feet. But that's beside the point here. Talking about the draft here, I think it's going to be an interesting draft. I think my biggest surprise of the draft, I think obviously at 3, just the fact he's a great dual threat quarterback and putting him in the Shanahan system with Kittle. I think Justin Fields is going to thrive and do well in the Niners. I think he's going to get taken at number 3.
Justin Fields
but here's my thing. I think the Patriots are going to end up trading up in this draft, maybe with the Lions or another team. Once the Niners don't pick Mac Jones, he's going to fall down, and Little Bill's going to pick up his phone, and he's going to make a trade. He's going to trade up, and he's going to picking Mac Jones from the Alabama. And I'm interested in this.
Hey guys, roll Tide. We got it here. We've had it here. We're Tide supporters.
Boomer Sooner, but it's all beside the point. But it's going to be interesting. I'm curious.
Irish.
Little Bill got to sit at home, and I'm sure he was throwing his remote at the TV watching Tom Brady win another Super Bowl and not needing his help, and clearly exposing Bill Belichick for the fraud that he is. So I think obviously they went on a spending spree in this offseason, and the Patriots are going to cap that off by picking their next franchise quarterback, Mac Jones. Am I sold on Mac Jones in the NFL? Not really. There's not a great track record of Alabama quarterbacks being amazing in the NFL when you have a lot of weapons and play for a pro
Jalen
team.
Hurts took
he looked decent.
Carson Wentz spot.
Yeah, I know.
That's truly an Alabama quarterback.
I think it was more of Carson Wentz handing the keys to the court.
I could see another Miami Dolphins situation where it's just like rough handoff between Fitzpatrick.
Tua was pretty unimpressive this year. But
I see the same thing
won
with
games.
Mac Jones going on when he beats
Tua does what needs to be done to win games.
Garoppolo.
Yeah, so I think the Patriots trade to get Mac Jones because let's be real, we all know Cam Newton's not the future of the Patriots. So, but they don't really have many
weapons. So do you
weapons.
think Cam Newton's the starter this next year? Or do you think?
I think it's going to happen.
Something better than
I think it's going to be a kind of a Tyrod Taylor situation. Maybe Cam starts the first couple games. Bill already knows what he has with Cam. It's a washed up quarterback that's trying to recapture his glory days. So I think by about week 3 or 4, the Mac chance will start, and Mac will be the starter in New England. So that's my big surprise in the NFL draft here. Who you got, Ish? What's your big surprise?
What's your surprise?
That's a shocker, JP, that you would even think that San Francisco would give up that pick.
They're not trading, though. They're going to pick Fields, and then the Patriots are going to trade somebody else.
I don't think San Francisco will go Field. But I mean, I don't know if it's a shocker, not a shocker, right?
Obviously, facts will change that after the draft.
I got to talk about my boys, right? When it comes to drafting, we don't draft well, and honestly, we need to be drafting.
He's taking the negative side of the surprise.
We don't. It would be a shocker if we did actually draft well. And I mean, the most recent good draft we got was
going to get hits.
And Jesus, I hope not. Our offense is already stacked. Really, I could see Jerry going out of his way and getting Rashawn Slater for the O-line, obviously helping out Dak. But at this point, our defense needs it more, and we need Patrick Surtain for that secondary.
See, boys, we're talking about Bama all night.
And
he's gonna make me change my mind on this one, but it is definitely Patrick Surtain.
And Patty had a great interview with the Cowboys. Actually, I think it was the other day where Surtain actually was very high praise. He gave very high praise for our boy CeeDee Lamb, and so that was his hardest cover in college, Boomer Sooner, but that's beside the point.
And now he gets to cover him every day in practice if he gets drafted by him, and be right across the
cover.
right
I think
across
probably
the field.
burn would be a better term, but
Get out of here!
I'm sure he'll try his best.
One
to
of
cover
the
it.
best cornerbacks this point.
But it's a big need for them. Diggs, I mean, a Diggs reunion. Diggs
and Surtain, what a great
dude! That's
I mean, look behind us. We got the Cowboys logo up here. Like. Me and Ish love the Cowboys. Clearly, JP doesn't, but we don't really care about what he
doesn't
thinks.
like to be a fan of winners. That's fun.
Oh yeah, the Cowboys are.
We'll get there. Hey man, you had Surtain and we're winners.
No, that's a big need.
Just look at the chemistry. At Keanu Neal, we have Dan Quinn.
Dust off the VHS tapes.
I see what you're saying here.
Oh,
Like if we get Surtain, which you think we
it's
won't,
big.
you think that we're gonna.
I think we're gonna botch it because I mean at the end of the day we got Jerry Jones. No, I have nothing. I like you, Jerry. I think you're a great marketer. I think you're a great salesman. You're gonna botch the draft. I'm honestly, really, it was a botch that you picked CeeDee Lamb. It just panned out that he was a really, really good wide receiver.
How is that botch?
I have the same advice as I have to a high school buddy in small town Alabama, and it's keep it out of the family.
Dude, one of the first time it's ever been said.
By a man from Alabama? Yes.
Roll time.
What you got, Dan? What's your biggest surprise for the NFL draft?
Biggest surprise here, I think that, you know, we've seen DeVonta Smith, Heisman winner, drop down in the ranks in the draft. I think he's going to be picked number 6 by the Dolphins, and I think we're going to have the DeVonta Smith.
A lot of family reunions in Alabama.
We're gonna have another family reunion in Miami, and we're gonna have DeVonta Smith line up catching passes from Tua, and we're gonna see what Tua really has. I mean, Tua really didn't have weapons. Offensive line was garbage. I think that
did pretty decently well with that with the.
I mean, here and there, there's a reason he got benched, and it's because Tua's the better quarterback.
He's on the way out.
I mean, he's
Tua's the better quarterback. Like
last season, I thought Fitzmagic was better last season.
Definitely up in the air.
Let's be real. Let's be real.
Okay, so you're telling me that an NFL head coach is going to be like, I'm going to play the guy who's not as good.
That's exactly what
happened.
That's exactly what they did.
Tua is a better quarterback.
Watch Miami last season. That's exactly what happened.
Here's my thing. This is not a high bench. I mean, yes. Do I hope the top 10 drafted quarterback is better than an NFL journeyman? Absolutely. He's supposed to be. I mean, he's not. He was no clear-cut best quarterback like Kyler Murray for my Oklahoma Sooners,
and made him the starter again.
Well, yes, he's the future. We'll see what happens.
He is the future, and you're gonna have DeVonta Smith.
I think
but it's not just him alone anymore. The Dolphins had no weapon. Name one wide receiver for the Dolphins that actually produced.
Oh, I mean, they didn't have any weapons.
I don't watch the Miami Dolphins.
The thing is, they didn't have any weapons. But hey, Jalen seemed to do pretty well in the Eagles, and they had no weapons either.
But you know what? I mean, come on, man.
The Eagles.
Jalen is a running back and a quarterback
I agree with you on this one.
They had no weapons.
They didn't have anybody, but he is also the running back and the quarterback. So he is a weapon.
Tua's only so much mobility you can get.
Tua has bionic ankles. He can't run.
Well, hey, he might be a bionic.
But you reunite him with a guy he already has chemistry with.
Bionic hip. That's what he needs.
He already has chemistry with a guy who he broke records with. DeVonta Smith broke the regular season record for passing yards. Guess who was throwing the ball to him? Tua Tagovailoa. And so
you said his last name. He means business.
We're going to. Oh yeah, man. We fucks with the Tagovailoa family. So let's go Terps as well. I'm all in on the Togs family.
So who do we think in this draft is going to have the best NFL career?
Best NFL career. You know what? You said it earlier with the Patriots taking him. I don't think that it's going to be the Patriots taking him. I think it's going to be the Niners, and it's going to be Mac Jones.
The Mac Daddy is
Mac Jones.
Mac Daddy's going to have the best
Mac
career.
Jones.
Wow.
He's going to come in. He's a Tom Brady light. He's coming in. Doesn't have the best physical skills. Can't run that fast. Bigger guy.
He hasn't played a single NFL game.
But what he's going to do,
Tom Brady
I mean, look at what people said about Tom Brady before he got drafted.
He was drafted number 40. What are you talking about? Like, he was drafted at the bottom.
I'm saying comparable. No one's expecting Mac Jones to come in here and be a stud. But
apparently you are.
I mean, Okay, wait a second.
But I'm saying
if you're drafted in the top 10 or 15, we're expecting you to be a fucking stud in the NFL.
I don't think so.
Like, come on.
No, I think Mac Jones, you look at the comparisons, man, different physical attributes, but has that pinpoint accuracy, knows the knowledge of the game, studied. He was in the best quarterback room in college football history. You have Jalen Hurts, you have Tua, you have Mac Jones, all in one quarterback room. You're sitting there, you're going through Coaches Sark, who was the OC for the Falcons, best OC for Bama thus far. Bill O'Brien might be the next best, might jump him on the best OC.
Tom Brady
But I think that Mac Jones has a solid opportunity. I think that Mac Jones has an opportunity to come in and really make some noise. Ish, what do you think on best NFL career in this draft?
You know, I'm not trying to be as hot as you at this moment, but
nobody can be as hot as me.
But I'm just gonna say it's Patrick Surtain, right?
Like, wow, dang, he's really sold.
Hey, roll tide.
I'm not gonna give you the high five. I refuse to agree with you. That being said, I'll make it short.
We high five the flag. Thank you. Fix it.
But Patrick Surtain, especially if he goes to the Cowboys, right? He's gonna have a great career anywhere he goes. But I think he'll have a great career with the Dallas Cowboys, as we really need a better grounding mechanism, and already having Diggs on the other side.
Hey, another roll tide, half out the flag.
Oh God!
Hey, I was waiting for this segment, guys. I've been.
He's been itching for college football.
There's a reason I've had these flags out the entire time we've been recording.
The entire time, and now he's happy. But yeah, that's my take. What about you, JP?
I mean, this one's a kind of, to me, like an obvious kind of no-brainer. I mean, Trevor Lawrence is the best blue chip prospect we've had at quarterback in
playing under a coach who's never coached in the NFL. Good luck.
No, I mean the thing is, when you look at Urban Meyer and you look at the AFC South, I mean they've got to be the clear-cut favorites.
So you think he's going to score every possession?
No, I don't think he's going to score.
That defense is trash.
I mean, just a couple seasons ago, they were Saxonville. They can definitely turn on the defense. I don't think the defense is the biggest issue.
That was when they let everybody
I don't think that was
walk.
the biggest issue for them. But let's be real here. Trevor Lawrence, I think in a few seasons will be the greatest player in Jags history. Not that that's a high benchmark by any means, but I mean he's falling. Look at the
who's he fighting?
Look at the legend. Let's look at the legendary. He's following. He's looking at the following footsteps. He has to follow in the footsteps of Blaine Gabbert, Blake Bortles, the Byron Leftwich. I mean, these are
don't forget about the OG Minshew.
Yeah, Minshew, it's tough. So yeah.
But I mean, who do you think is the best Jags quarterback of all time? Now that you bring that up,
the best Jags quarterback of all time. I mean, it's
got to be Byron. It's got to be Leftwich.
It's got to be Byron.
He's the only one that took him. I mean, Bortles maybe.
I mean,
but he took him the furthest.
I mean, the defense carried them. He was just along for the ride. I don't think he did anything spectacular.
I'm about to say it's the Garoppolo effect.
Let's be real here. Yeah, I mean, you look at this team. I mean, they have Mark Brunell for a minute too. I mean, it's the Jags. It's a shitty franchise, but now they have a real head coach. They'll have a real QB1, and I think that he can be the guy that turns around and makes Jacksonville not the afterthought of Florida sports. So I think he's a guy, he's got a great arm. He's the most hyped up quarterback really since Andrew Luck, if you look at the drafts historically. I think he'll end up having a better career than Andrew Luck because I think he's a better offensive line than Andrew Luck did. I don't think he's going to retire, like Andrew Luck did and everything like that.
I don't know, man. He's been donating a lot of money to the Jacksonville
community. For sure.
No, I mean, it's already known. I don't think the Jags have interviewed.
And they got people that are willing to spend. The Khan family, they got that money. They got AEW. They're a great family. I think the Jags, just a big moment. They'll have the franchise quarterback. And the thing is, once you have that quarterback on a rookie contract and you have all the cap space they have as well, it's just going to keep building and building. And I think they're the team. I think they're going to end up winning the FC South, and they'll get bounced in the first round of the playoffs.
Who was the guy that got drafted right before Peyton Manning?
Oh, you think he's going to be Ryan Leaf?
He's going to be a Ryan Leaf. Mac Jones is going to be Peyton Manning.
Wow. Dang.
You heard
another hot take coming out of Dancing right now.
Anyways, we're going to wrap this up, guys. We'll come to you with a new segment here soon. Got to give a quick shout out to the 1/3 of the creator of this podcast, Kip. Appreciate the merch. She's funding us some merch coming through, and so let us know what kind of merch you want, and we'll set something up. We'll set up a story. You can purchase that. Appreciate all your support. Any last words?
Remember, like, share, comment, follow, engage with us. We always love all of our fans. Appreciate the support, and we definitely look forward to connecting with y'all next time.
Cheers to the rundown.
Friends.
Cheers.